I'm Scott Shannon with the Nut Hood crew, cruising up the chart to a band that arrived for their American tour aboard the luxury ship, the QE2. The Cure didn't float to the U.S. just for the fun of it. It seems the band members aren't too thrilled about flying and refuse to get on an airplane. They don't mind flying up the chart, though. They moved from number 26 to number 21 this week. Here's The Cure with Love Song. That's The Cure with Love Song. Jumping up the chart this week from number 26 to number 21 on Rockin' America. I'm Scott Shannon, getting ready to give away $500 in the Snickers Secret Singer contest. And we'll talk to Janet Jackson before we get to number 1 on Rockin' America.
Rockin' America, top 30 countdown. With God, Shannon.
Fasten your seatbelts, roll down the windows, and hang on, Bubba.
My mama didn't make me, Bubba.
You're on the Rockin' America Top 30 Countdown. We're not stopping till we get to the number 1 song in the USA. I'm Scott Shannon. We're up to the song that's at number 20 this week. It's from a band whose original members, Grace Slick and Paul Kantner, flew the coop. And a whole new crowd took over. Mickey Thomas and Starship move up 5 points with It's Not Enough. That's Starship with Mickey Thomas singing lead number 20 this week, It's Not Enough. I'm Scott Shannon playing the top 30 hits in the USA, and it's time for the Rockin' America Chartbuster of the Week. The song that makes the biggest splash on the survey. It's from a lady whose last LP came out over 3 years ago. The album was called Control. The lady is Janet Jackson. Now, trying to follow up Control isn't easy. In fact, there was talk that she might dump her producers, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. But Janet says, no way.
Working with Jimmy and Terry was so much fun. They gave me such a really nice feeling. Just working with them, it's just so magical, and I think the three of us together, there's a magic there, a certain chemistry, and I wouldn't want to break it for nothing right now. They really get crazy, real crazy and wild at times. They're a lot of fun.
Well, Janet stuck with her producers, and it looks like it's working. Brand new at number 19 this week, the Rockin' America Chartbuster of the Week. Janet Jackson and Miss You Much. That's Janet Jackson with Miss You Much, busting onto the Rockin' America chart this week at number 19. I'm Scott Shannon, wobbling over to the Snickers Secret Singer department to try to give away $500. Now, a few weeks ago, we played you a little teeny piece from Snickers Secret Singer number 59. It sounded like this. Oh, that was an easy one. That was Richard Marx from his latest LP. Now, a whole bunch of people guessed it right, so we had to pick a single winner at random from all the correct entries. And if I may have a drum roll... Wait a minute, that's a horrible drum roll. Try that again. One more time. That's better. Congratulations to Julie York of Marengo, Iowa. All right. Julie wins $500 from Rockin' America and the Snickers bar. Congratulations, little Julie York. Now, if you'd like a shot at winning $500 just like Julie, hang on. We'll play the Secret Singer game a little later on in this broadcast. I'm Scott Shannon, back in a flash with a guy who recently played in Russia, and we'll hear from a lady who was booed off stage in New York City when this history-making program continues.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the rockin', rollin', rompin', stompin', rootin', tootin', highfalutin', no bullshootin', Rockin' America Top 30 Countdown.
Are you through?
Ladies and gentlemen,
you're through. I'm Scott Shannon, headed all the way to the number 1 song in the USA. We're up to a guy who recently played some concerts in Russia, but unlike most of the rock and roll stars who performed there, he didn't get a whole lot of headlines. That was okay with him. Michael Bolton got to play a lot of Russian clubs and sing some of his favorite songs, like Ray Charles and Georgia on My Mind. The audiences loved it. Meanwhile, on the Rockin' America Countdown this week, Michael Bolton moves up 2 places to number 18 with Soul Provider. That's Bobby Brown with a song that made it to number 2 on the countdown. This week it drops from 15 to 17. It's called On Our Own. I'm Scott Shannon on the original Rockin' America Top 30 Countdown. We're up to a singer who walked on stage at the famed Apollo Theater in New York wearing a miniskirt. The crowd loved it. But then later on, when she changed costumes and put on a longer skirt, they were booing her off the stage. age until she started singing. The lady with that miniskirt but the maxi voice is Karen White. She drops down 6 places this week to number 16 on Rockin' America with Secret Rendezvous. That's Karen White and Secret Rendezvous dropping 6 points to number 16 this week on the Top 30 Countdown. I'm Scott Shannon, 15 songs out of the way and 15 more to go on the Rockin' America International Radio Show. The Rockin' America Top 30 Countdown modulates your muscle every week on radical radio stations like KCPI-FM, I-95 Albert Lee, Minnesota. KINO, Winslow, Arizona. Believe it or not, the mailing address at KINO is the east end of Easy Street, Winslow. That's their mailing address. And you can pick us up on WOYL, Oil City, Pennsylvania, the home of Scott Roberts in the morning. Thank you for tuning in to the Rockin' America Countdown. I'm Scott Shannon. We're up to the second hit from a lady who was born in Sweden and grew up all over the world because she had to travel with her father's jazz band. Nena Cherry moves up 4 points this week to number 15 with Kisses on the Wind. That's Nena Cherry. Moving up 4 places this week to number 15 with Kisses on the Wind. I'm Scott Shannon. You are tuned in to the official Rockin' America Top 30 Countdown. Now, you know, rock and roll stars always get a lot of mail, and most of the time they're too darn busy to answer it. But when Don Henley got a political fundraising letter from a group he didn't agree with, he wrote him back. He wrote, "I'm one of your biggest enemies." He went on and told him why, and at the bottom of the letter he signed it, "Love and Kisses, card-carrying Hollywood leftist pagan pinko liberal, Don Henley."
Ooh, I like that.
Don Henley's also got the song that drops 3 points this week on Rockin' America. He's at number 14 with The End of the Innocents. Don Henley dropping from 11 to 14 this week on the Top 30 Countdown. That's The End of the Innocents. I'm Scott Shannon, blasting through the Rockin' America time tunnel, headed back 21 years to 1968 when this recording hit the top 10. That was the Bee Gees, and I've got to get a message to you. Their first top 10 hit from back in 1968. The Bee Gees have hit the top 10 15 times, and this song may make it 16. Moving up 4 points this week to number 13, here's the Bee Gees and 1.